Sub to hail to the one.
Yo guys, what's up and welcome back to another Anime Souls X video. In this video, what we're going to be doing is talking about the best tips for early game in Anime Souls X. There's going to be 3 different parts. In this video, I'm going to be talking about from the lobby all the way up until Area 8. The next episode, Area 9 to Area 18, and then Area 19 to Area 26. Just because there's too much for one video. There will obviously be some tips in this video that will be helpful early game, like mid game and late game. So just keep that in mind. But what you want to do as soon as you start the game is you want to enter codes, because what codes do is they give you a bunch of different things. They give you passive tokens that you can spin over here. They give you weapon enchantment tokens, avatar spins, all that stuff. So instantly do that. Go over here, collect your chest, and then you can come over here, spin for your passive. And whenever you get a passive, if you don't know what it does, go to the Discord and then find the Trello, and then you can scroll. And basically the Trello tells you most things about the game. So it tells you what every passive does, like accessories, what the best accessories, all that stuff. So there's that. The Ascension is basically rebirthing, so whenever you can, come over here, you can rebirth and then put your stat token in. We'll talk about that more in a second. And then the second thing, you want to come over here and you want to spin the vault, or you want to spin the avatars. And even if you get a mythical, I would still keep spinning, because you can go into the vault and take out any hero you want at any time, as long as you've spun it, which is good. The best one here is a Gear 5 Luffy. The Gomo is second best, and Nell is the third best, and then the Kana is the fourth best, Eternal. And then the Mythic, I don't know which one the best is right now, sorry. But like I said, go to the Trello and it will show you. So that's the first 2 things that you want to do. And then you can go to Area 1. And normally it's going to be a bit easy until like 2, 3, 4, just because there's always a 2 times damage event, even if you're free to play, which free to play is the hardest starting out. But the more you play and the farther that you get into the game, like once you start getting to like Area 20, you know, all that stuff, it becomes easier and less dependent on pay to win. But you want to come over here, you want to get some money, and then you can go and ascend. Like I showed you guys, you can ascend and then put your stat point into energy. I always put it into energy. People say put half and half to damage. I'm not too sure about that. I would say just energy. But you want to come over here. In every area, or almost every area, there is a guy with a little green orb around him. And that is a side quest. So he gives you side quests. They give you different things. They can give you energy, avatar XP, damage, all that stuff. And then the curse technique, which you get these from the time trials in the first area, and as you can see, they give you 5 times damage. So for most gachas like this, it starts off at 1.1 times, I believe. Yeah, 1.1 times, and then the blue is 1.25, purple 1.5, legendary is 1.75, mythic is 2 times, and then the best one, which is the eternal in every area, is 5 times. That goes for most things that you spin that look like this, is that multiplier. But you get those from either codes, or if you come over here through the time trial, if you do a couple of these, you know, there's a chance to drop the curse techniques that you're going to need. Another thing, this is one of the tips I was talking about that go from early game to mid game to late game. Weapon enchantments. Weapon enchantments are super good. You can put efficiency on your swords that give you 25% weapon efficiency. You can put efficiency 6, which is better. There's damage ones that give you damage. There's ones that give you souls, and then these ones that give you looting. Now the looting one and this one is looting 4, 0.05% chance, and it gives you 40% drop amount. So that is something that you want to try and get. You want to get looting 4. Even looting 3 is going to help you out a bunch. If you end up getting looting 3, I would keep it, just because whenever you do a curse, or whenever you do a trial, if you get a curse technique, let's say right now I get one with just starting the game, I'm going to get like 1 or 2. But if I have a sword that gives me 25 or 40% chance I'm going to go up to like 4 or 5 whenever I get it. So it's going to be a lot better. There's a whole lot of ways to actually get drops, like the drop amount higher, but the swords are definitely one of the best ways. But once you do all that stuff, once you complete the missions here, they're going to have a little red arrow. Just complete the missions, go over here. It'll tell you how to do it. You can come over to the second area. The second area has this over here. Another one of these. It gives you more luck. And then a stand. This stand, like I said, this one's a damage one as well. The same multipliers and stuff, which is cool. Nothing too special in the second world. You know, get your money up. Go make sure you are rebirthing or ascending, as this game calls it. And a lot of people ask me what my rule is for ascending. I would say if you're making energy, like if you can physically see your energy going up, I would rebirth. But if you can't, like if you AFK for 20 minutes and your energy barely moves up, don't ascend, because it's going to take you a lot longer to actually ascend and like get your stuff back. But another thing I didn't talk about, how to get these weapons that you enchant is right here. So starting off, boom, you know, you can purchase these. They cost souls. They give you energy multipliers. Every single area has them, has 5 different swords. Just try and buy those. If you're pay to win, instantly you're going to have 2 swords, and you can buy 2 of the same sword if you want. You can buy 2 of the same sword and equip 2 of the same exact sword, which is really cool. If you're free to play, you can only equip 1 until you complete the 50 achievement. Once you get to room 50 in the easy trial, then you unlock another sword. But basically all that, blah blah blah. And then area 3 over here has an energy master. You have to click and then you get a an energy reward. You get like 20% energy or something like that. And over here is the first energy multiplier. Like I said, you get these as well from the dungeons. You also get them from other places, but I'm not going to tell you that until we get there. So basically the only way to get all this material right now is through raids and dungeons. Or time trials, whatever they're called. But this one is an energy multiplier. Best one, 5 times energy. Super, super good. Another thing, but it's not super like early game, I would say, is the raids. Raids can spawn in any single area, and you know, you're not really gonna get raids too much until you get to like area 10, because you know the chances of a raid spawning in area 1 is pretty low. So you do a raid, you have I think a 10% chance to get an accessory. Accessories do a whole bunch of different things, you know, energy multiplier. I'll talk about that more next episode, just because that's not really like an early game thing that you're going to be wanting to do. Or the world boss. The world boss you're not going to want to do until later on, just because it's a little hard. But you want to do all this stuff, blah blah blah. If you go over here, there's this nin thing. The nin you can upgrade. You get these from the dungeon again. They give you energy multiplier, damage, souls, lux, drops. You can upgrade all this stuff with the nin. There's also this dude, Avatar Mastery. So this is the perfect time to talk about the Avatar Mastery levels. So as you can see, my guy is level 260, which is currently the max level in the game. So if we go over here and we look at, just say Raw. Raw is level 50. He has a 37.95 times multiplier. If I defeat enemies, which I need to defeat 500 enemies, or, you know, the more that you, the more like avatar level XP that you get, you can like upgrade it so whenever you defeat an enemy, you actually get like 5 or 10 or 15 instead of just 1. But right now, let's say you're just starting out, you're going to be doing 1 or maybe even 2. So you're going to need to defeat that many and get this level up. Once I get to level 51, his energy multiplier will go to like 38.5. So every time you defeat enemies, your energy multiplier will just keep going up and up and up and up, which is super, super good. The skill damage never goes up, but your energy does go up. So that's very, very nice. But let's go over to area 5. I am trying to keep this video relatively short. It's going to be super compact, but I don't want it to be super, super long. Like I said, there's going to be 2 other ones as well for medium and late game. But I would watch this even if you are early, or even if you are like mid or late game, just because some of these tips might help you. Over here is the Bankai. It's another energy multiplier, as you can see right there. And don't worry about like like I can spin this if I want to, because you can always go to the vault and take it back out. Boom. So that's super, super good. There is the auras, which is a very, very, very good thing, but is super, super hard to get early game. You basically have to get blue flames, which early game blue flames are extremely annoying to get. There's very few ways to get them. You can complete raids. Raids give you them. The daily rewards sometimes will give you them. Daily spins have a little chance to get a 25, which is a 24% chance, so not too bad, but not super likely. And then other than that, early game, there's not many ways to get blue flames, which is pretty unfortunate. But there's also this guy over here. As you can see, boom, boom. And then you want to jump in this tree right here, and you can talk to him. And he gives you a quest. Where's his quest at? It's down here. Boom. Defeat 15 raid bosses from any area, and you get 100% threat chance, which is super nice. Going on to Area 6. Area 6 is super, super good. You have this new thing that just got added, the key techniques. It gives you a damage multiplier. Once again, you get these from dungeons. You can make your guy shiny, which you need shiny shards. You get shiny shards from a bunch of different ways. But starting out, you only get them from you don't get them from dungeons, actually. You only get them from raids. So that's cool. And then races over here, another energy thing, and that is it. Besides, actually, there's this, the Avatar Mastery. Another Avatar Mastery. You basically just defeat a bunch of guys, and you get that. Area, what, 7? Yeah, Area 7. You have the ghoul chest, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go too much into this. I didn't mention it, but, you know, you spin for heroes, just like every game. The better rarity you get, the more that they're going to do. There is an Eternal that it doesn't show, but he's like a decently rare. As a free-to-play, you're not really going to get Eternals too much unless you AFK overnight, until you get later on in the game. But as a free-to-play, I would say just go for legendaries, and then once you start struggling a lot, go for mythics. And then you want to go over here, your Kagune. Your Kagune is kind of whatever. It gives you, this one gives you a 10 times energy gain for 60 seconds, and it's 60 seconds because I upgraded this, which costs blood, but normally it's just 30 seconds. There's other ones, you know, which is whatever. And then Area 8 is where it gets really, really nice, because there's the Scouter. This is where you get your first mount. There is a bunch of different mounts. You can get them from your battle pass, or you can get them from the wheel spin, or a couple other ways, but this is basically the first one. And then over here is the crew, which the crew is super, super nice, because this is a way to get materials without having to do dungeons and all that. Basically, you put it out there, and starting out, you can only have one member, and then with gold, and you get gold from basically everything in the game, from dungeons, ships, most things. You can upgrade your members. I wouldn't necessarily upgrade your ships just because it adds time onto it, so it stays out for like an extra 30 minutes every time you upgrade it. But it gives you a bunch of material, which is super nice. Over here is where you can buy your first fruit. So I bought a fruit. Fruits do spawn every hour and 30 minutes as well. And you can go and find them. They're normally by like a tree like this in the area. So you're going to have to go and search around trees whenever they spawn to find them. There's a bunch of different ones that give you a bunch of different multipliers. I don't even have the best one right now, but I have the Quake fruit. They will physically show, like if it's an invisible fruit, it will look like this. If it's a barrier fruit, it will look like that. If it's a revive fruit, it will look like that next to the tree. So you can clearly tell which fruit it is before you grab it. But yeah, they spawn in areas 1 through 10, I believe. So, you know, once you get to like area 8, there's a pretty good chance whenever it spawns, it'll be near you. But from the crew, you get these things called spiritual tokens. You take it over here, and you can upgrade your hockey, which gives you a damage multiplier. I'm not going to go through Area 9 just because Area 9 is pretty big and has a, it has a big thing, and this is like where it starts getting interesting, which I will talk about next episode. And then we'll go through to Area 18, and then Area 18 through Area 26 next episode. But that's basically the steps I would go for if I were you guys whenever you start the game. Basically do that. If you ever start to struggle, I know a bunch of people start to struggle around, I'd say area 5 or area 4. Honestly, like, if you're free to play, you're gonna struggle around this area unless you get lucky with your spins. I would AFK, just sit here and AFK opens. You're gonna be opening like 2, maybe 3 as a free to play. But just AFK opens until you get mythicals whenever you start struggling. Once you get mythicals, I would go and I would do a couple dungeons, just because once you do a couple dungeons, then you can go spin your curse technique, stands, elements, and get more nin up while you're a free to play. You can try to get someone to carry you in these because they give you achievements, which is going to help you out a lot. So you can get someone to carry you, or what I normally do is whenever I start to struggle, let's say I'm struggling at area 4, I will AFK on one enemy, and then I get a lot of money from that one enemy, and then I can come over here and buy my best sword and then rank up, and then do that a couple times until you can't really rank up. And then if you're still struggling, AFK for maybe like 8-9 hours, you get an eternal. If you get an eternal, it's going to help you out a bunch, but that's like the last resort. I would say most likely somebody will carry you. If you ask me, most of the time I will carry you in dungeons. I'll carry you in that stuff like that to help you guys out. But early game, definitely as a free to play, is where you start to struggle the most. But just try to get a decent avatar. If you look, make sure you look at the Trello, and it'll tell you if this avatar is good or if this avatar is good, because there is a bunch of bad avatars. Like if you look, let's see, like this guy does 160 times. He's not even like the worst one. Itachi 130 times is the same mythic as this guy who does 520. Or there's like other ones that probably do better. Yeah, or like this guy does 640. You know, so if you get like Itachi 130 times damage, 8 times energy at starting, or you can get this one 34 times energy, 640 times go damage. They're both mythics, just this one's way better. So wait for like that one to come out and then spin. Maybe you'll get lucky getting it. That should help you out a bunch. Leveling up your avatar will help you get energy. You know, that'll help you out a bunch. Just a whole bunch of ways for you guys to level up, get help. Premium battle pass, you don't need to buy the premium. You can start out doing this stuff, little quests over here that aren't too hard to do. You know, just like you click or open companion chests or do raids, or even up here, like do 2 medium trials. You only have to like stay in there for like 30 seconds and back out. That'll work. A whole bunch of stuff like that, and you can get free rewards, which will help you out. A whole bunch of ways that I would talk about more in the next episode, but hopefully this did help you guys. If I left anything out, definitely let me know in the comments, and I will bring it in next episode or the episode after that. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope this helped. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace!